My father died when I was 20. He was 34 years older than my mother. So there was a huge age difference. And then we were just never allowed to speak of it. It wasn't that we weren't allowed. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't in the frame of reference. I mean, what comes up for me is just also sharing what I've witnessed in hosting, over 200 people at these death dinners. And that not only are we able to cultivate a space of deep listening and compassion, but there's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of lightness. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of relief, really, in speaking about death, which is not something that people expect. And the question, of course, I mean, maybe not of course, but perhaps it's obvious that the question I get the most is, well, isn't that so heavy? Aren't you so exhausted by hearing everyone's stories of death and grief and loss? But I think there's so many reasons why it can be a relief. And I mean, as we know in any sort of dialogue, when you've been holding something inside of your story, you almost don't realize how much weight it's taking up in your body physically.
There's a quote that's something like, there's nothing more painful than a story left untold, or something. Yeah. No greater agony than a story left untold.
Yeah. But that is, as you said, not in people's frame of reference that this is a story that should get told or that is worthy of being told. But I can feel the weight lifted around the table when someone shares something, even something very heavy, something very deep, often followed up with a phrase like, well, I didn't think I'd share this here with a group of strangers. I didn't come here to share this. So there's a lot of like surprising yourself as well that happens. And it's also, there's a relief in acknowledging that there's not one emotion of grief. Actually, grief is a process, not an emotion. And a lot of people feel guilt around, I think I'm only supposed to feel the negative, quote unquote, negative emotions, sadness, anger, denial. And so there's guilt around feeling things like relief and wonder and joy, and even excitement for a new life ahead, right? And so sharing those kind of taboos and the things that you thought, oh, I must be weird for thinking this, for feeling this, sharing that out loud and seeing yourself, your experience mirrored in another person's story is such a relief. And then finally, I think laughter is just, sometimes we just have to laugh at the absurdity that is life and death. I mean, I wonder if you have a thought of the role of laughter in dialogue, actually. I'd be curious if anything emerges for you.
Oh, yeah, lots. I think there are two sides to that for me. And the first is laughter as a defense mechanism. Laughter can be a way to block the deeper emotions, so it can actually be a barrier. Because maybe it's just not time for those emotions. We have to reveal those deeper senses of sadness, and to go there, we need to be ready. We need to be sure that the space is safe, or that I'm not dealing with 101 other things, because people often fear they're going to collapse under the weight of it. So humor can be positive and negative. And then when I look big picture, I think that one of the things trait that I've always carried is an ability to stand out of whatever is going on and sort of go over there and watch life and just laugh at it. I mean, we have to be able to laugh at ourselves, laugh at, you use the word absurdity. And I like that word. Things are absurd. And in many ways, life is a joke. It's a joke that we sometimes take far too seriously. And that that naturally takes me to this place about death, because it's, you know, it's that whole thing, two things are certain in life, death and taxes. and so death is coming to all of us one way or another. And in another time and space, like, for example, in ancient Egyptian times, death was celebrated. I mean, you might know more about this than me, but I understand that when Tutankhamun died at 19 or however he was, it was a great celebration. Wow, he's lucky, he got off light.